What is up, you guys? Welcome to Nickatina Show. I'm joined by Allie Brooks, host of Super Hive DC. What's going on, Allie?
What's up, Andre? What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me.
So, it's a pleasure having you, of course. And Anthony from the ACS universe will not be here today because he's having some power issues where he lives. So, if that gets cleared up, he will be joining us a little bit later in the show. However, I do want to say that we have a really cool guest today. His name is Josh. He is the new host of the LightCast Podcast, and he'll be joining us in just a few minutes. But before that, let's go ahead and take one quick second to say a big shout out to all the patrons of the Nickatina Show, which are as follows. I can find it. Where is it? I have it here. Oh, here it is, guys. There it is right there. So Zerafet, Nerdy in Many Ways, ACS Universe, Mike G, Mel Siggy, Gavin Cooley, Gillis15, Kinky Sphincter, DC Talk Extended, Darrell McMillan, and that one Carlos. If you want to become a patron of the Nickatina Show, the link is in the description below, along with the links to find the channel to Allie over at Super Hive DC, and also for ACS, who's not here with us today. But, you know, when it comes to Anthony, he's always here in spirit.
It's fire.
So one way or another, he will be here with us.
Yes. Hope he's doing okay with all that crazy with the weather and everything. Well, what's going on in tornadoes and stuff? So
tornadoes, yeah, all kinds of crazy weather. I'm like, man, I'm glad I'm not living in Georgia, but you know, I'm sure it's a beautiful state. I'm in California right now. It's bright, beautiful, and sunny outside, so I'm really excited about that. Although I'm inside right now, but I will be back out there just a little bit because I have to go stain a bunch of wood. Anyway. That's not really important right now. So Anthony Strader's here in the chat. What's going on, Anthony Strader? Dropping the fire. We got Zeverfett. What's going on, Ryan? Saying, let's go. We got Chubby Ryan. Teddy Monster Productions saying, what up, what up, what up, what up? Gangsta with it. We have Zeverfett saying, hey, Allie. Wonderful to see you.
Nice to see you too, Ryan. Well, your comment.
You didn't say hi to me, Ryan. What's up with that?
He said, let's
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I want to move on. I'm going to move on. I don't care. The documentary for ZSJL is on HBO Max. I did not know that.
Is it?
We got Mr. Purchase Fiddle up in here as well saying, what's up? We got South Cali guy. What is up, South Cali guy? I haven't seen you in forever, man. It's good to see you again. He says, afternoon, everyone. Allie, always nice to see you. Hey, Nickatina, loving this wave of Restore the Snyderverse or hashtag Restore the Snyderverse that just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Such an awesome community to be a part of. It really is. It's one of the best out there. I'll tell you that. We got Ryan Rivera in the chat saying, what's up? What's going on, Ryan? I got to get Ryan on this show before I go back to my other time. But like I said, for the next 2 weeks. So I can't even talk. So for the next 3 weeks, I'll be doing the show at this time because it's a change in my work schedule, so it kind of works out that way. So, and what's great about it is that I get to have wonderful co-hosts like my good friend over here, Allie Brooks. Yay!
Thank you.
So guys, let's take a minute here. So there is a trailer we're going to watch in just a minute. It's going to be the trailer for the newest movie from WB Pictures, The Suicide Squad, and that's going to be something to take a look at. I've seen it once already. Have you seen it, Allie, or did you do a video on it?
Yeah, I did a reaction. Yeah, it's kind of how my reaction was.
I was like, how was your reaction?
It's,
it's good. I know we're kind of prematurely talking about it, right? But I thought it was good, but it kind of for me at least, it reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy. Just like the mood, the feel of it. I was like, this seems like Guardians.
Well, that's what I said in my reaction, is that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh, look, the door's open. She has like this powerful fan in the other room. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so before we watch that video, though, let's take a look at one more thing real quick. Let me see if I can load this up real fast so I can find it. So we have the trailer that we're going to watch, and then we're also going to talk about how hashtag Restore the Snyderverse was trending today, and it wasn't just trending; it was dominating yesterday, I should say.
Yes.
It was over 1 million tweets. It was almost at I think it was at 1.18 or something like that. 1.5. I mean, it got way up there.
It did.
And that's a huge sign for the movement. That and we actually surpassed what we did back in November 17th for the release of Snyder Cut hashtag, and we beat Avengers Endgame. So it's like, dude, it was like a double whammy.
Yeah,
but still, no announcements, nothing.
I know, and the crazy thing is, like, well, I think this time the reason why it really like took off on trending is because with release the Snyder Cut, it was like the hardcore fandom, and then but now it's like beyond that, it's a lot of people just, I mean, there's other people in like Hollywood, pop culture, sports, all kinds of different, it's expanded beyond the hardcore Snyder fans.
Exactly.
So I think that's why it's really gaining a lot more attention now that the movie's actually out and people have had a chance to watch it. It's pretty crazy.
We got Singless up in here saying, hey, Nickatina, what happened to the watch party? I was going to do one yesterday, but I decided to carry on my life. And, I was just, I don't know. I was going to do it. I debated on it. I said, should I do it? Should I not do it? I don't know. So I decided to wait on that one. Instead, I think what I'm going to do, well, I can't do one next week because I actually have to work on Thursday night, which actually, technically I can because I get home in time enough. So what I might end up doing is I might do a late night stream where it's a double feature, episodes 2 and 3 together. So it's something that I'm thinking about doing. But what is going on, Anthony Strader, actually, this is Sickness right here. Nickatina and Allie, what's going on? Sickness! Did y'all watch episode 2? Nah, son.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet. And I'm not afraid to admit that. I have not seen it yet. I did stay up last night because I was going to watch it. And then I fell asleep. So that's actually what happened. Allie's reaction to the trailer was hysterical. Maybe we should watch that instead. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Put you on blast. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. And
What's up, Steve?
what? You know what?
What?
Sorry to cut you off. But thanks for watching it, Ryan. Thank you for watching my reaction. I recorded my reaction, but I wasn't sure if I was going to post it because I already knew going into it that I'm not like super hyped up, excited about the movie. So I was like, I don't know if my reaction is going to be like boring or like not genuine, but I was like, well, I'll record it and then I'll decide to post it. I decided to post it anyway, but I got a copyright claim before it was even done processing.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, we're gonna watch it today, but I'm hoping that it does not take my stream down. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to jump around. I'm not sure. Not literally, but kind of back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I mean, usually, like as soon as my videos are done uploading, within a couple minutes, I'll get the copyright claim for trailer reactions.
Right.
And I'm expecting those because they're not strikes. They're just like hey, you can't monetize this, whatever. But
yeah.
But this one was like, it was almost done processing and I already got the email for it. And I was like, oh, really? But then you have Zack Snyder's Justice League blasted everywhere for a week before stuff even gets taken down. And I'm getting a copyright claim on this before it's even available to watch.
And I was wondering that too, because, every time we would do anything that was like Justice League, they try to hit us with some kind of copyright. And I wonder if they would do it for this content. And actually, I tried to download the trailer in multiple different channels, and it blocks you. You can't even download it.
Wow. Interesting.
Because I don't do anything illegal or anything. I'm just saying. Okay, so with that, before we watch the actual trailer and hopefully not get taken down by YouTube, because, Warner Brothers likes to come after anyone who likes to promote their stuff for whatever reason, let us welcome our guest of the day. He is none other than Josh, the new host of the LightCast Podcast. What's going on, man?
What's going on, bro? I'm excited to be here. It's funny that you mentioned how like some of like the Zack Snyder Justice League stuff got taken down because the second trailer that dropped, I put it on my page, and it was instantly blocked in all countries, and I was just like, oh crap, like what the heck's going on? So I had to re-upload it. I got blocked again, and then I uploaded it a third time, pretty much risking my page, and thankfully it ended up actually, sticking around and being able to be posted. But it's really weird that WB has done some pretty like suspect stuff when it comes to like trailers and things like that. So
this is what happens when you have a watch party every week and then you don't do one week and you make no announcement. I didn't even post it. I didn't even post the fact that I was doing a watch party, and still Jack is going to hold me accountable. And Jack, thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. If you want to become a patron, the link is down below in the description. Okay, so did you have a chance to watch this trailer, Josh?
Yeah, I watched it when it first dropped because I was getting ready for work. Actually, no, I was already in work, and the group chat that I'm in mentioned like, "Oh, the trailer's out," and I watched it, and I was like, "Huh, okay, this is a James Gunn movie for sure."
A James Gunn movie, yes.
Yeah, and I wanna continue watching it. I've watched it 4 times now. I've watched it 4 times just to get like a gauge for how I feel about the movie. And of course, we'll get into that once we actually watch the trailer, together. But yeah, I have thoughts. I have thoughts.
You have thoughts. Okay, well that's good. We all have thoughts. I mean, I have some thoughts on it as well. So we'll get into all that in just a minute. So let's go ahead and bring up the trailer for Suicide Squad, and let's take a look. Right? You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, and everyone in the chat, please leave your comments in the chat or in the comment section below if you're watching us later on, and let us know what you think about this trailer. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. I'm gonna add to the stream, and here we go.
It's taking some work, but I finally have them. The worst of the worst.
Oh, wait a minute, this is the wrong one.
This is the David Ayer version.
Man, what is this?
Release the Ayer cut. Let's go.
Release the Ayer cut. Come on, man.
Release the Ayer cut. That's what we want to see.
That wasn't even it. Hold on, I got it here somewhere. Hold on a second.
That's what happens when they don't make a clear distinction between the titles of the movie.
Wait, no, they put the in front of it because that's totally a great way to separate them, isn't it?
Now it's the. Okay, so here we go, guys. Now, here's the thing. If for any reason I do get taken down, let me know. Please do not fake the the oh, you're down and I'm not, because I'm going to stop the video otherwise.
DMCA.
DMCA. Okay, here we go. And this is the Red Band trailer, so there will be some foul language. So, Dawson, if you're out there, you might want to earmuffs. And here we go. The Galaxy already. I mean, they're in a prison. It's got that retro music. I feel like, when they're making this, that WB was like, yes, that's it. That's what we wanted the first time. That's what we wanted. Yep. Yes, we did it. Okay. What did you guys think of the trailer? Allie, let's start with you.
The comedy is gross. Like, I don't like it.
Why the dick jokes? You would think at this point they would say, hey, any kind of dick joke, just lose that for now, dude. It's not cool right now.
It's just like,
you know what I mean? It's like they can't help themselves.
I'm over it. I don't know. I wasn't super hyped about this movie at any time. So I guess the trailer for me didn't really get me any more. I mean, it didn't really change how I feel about the movie so far.
Well, this was a good thing right here. Executive producer Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
And Deborah Snyder. So, I mean, they were made executive producers, which is interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. But it's clearly a James Gunn movie.
Oh, yes.
Like I said in my trailer reaction, I don't expect anything other than a DC version of Guardians of the Galaxy. That's all I'm expecting.
Andre, you said dick jokes were funny. No, actually, what it was is that Ryan, you said you look like Dick yesterday. Remember you said that? So don't talk.
It's not. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not.
I mean,
I don't really feel
at this
anything
point,
for it.
At this point in the trailer, if what's his name? If Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, if he would have showed up, I'd have been like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh wait, like they could have slid him in there. I'd have been like, oh, okay, it's cool, whatever. This makes sense because it feels like Guardians of the Galaxy. It really does. It's kind of heartbreaking.
I can see why Dave Bautista didn't want to be a part of it.
But yeah, because then exactly.
And some of the costumes are dumb. Some of the costumes are really stupid.
Like, why is she wearing a dress the entire time? I mean, it didn't look that bad, but still, it's kind of like, I don't know.
I mean, like the polka dot guy, Peacemaker, the other guy with the blue and yellow, whatever his name is, like they look stupid. They don't look. I don't know.
I know that
I'm not going to
when
see it in theaters.
I know that when James Gunn was talking about doing this, he was talking about doing like a faithful adaptation of John Ostrander's Suicide Squad, who actually is in this trailer. John Ostrander is in this trailer in the moment where Michael Rooker's character is getting the bomb implanted in his head. You'll see John Ostrander is actually behind the person who's doing it, which I thought was really cool. Yeah, like the old dude that you'll see. Right.
Detonate the explosive device in the base of your
I might have missed it. Yeah,
but it was in that scene.
Oh, damn it. Oh, I did it again. I missed it again. Hold on. Now I'm going to find this guy now.
So like I understand the reason for like the costume. I like Polka Dot Man just because.
Is that him right there?
Yeah, that's John Ostrander right there. That's the dude who's been famous for the Suicide Squad. I personally like Polka Dot Man because I'm a fan of like really campy, stupid characters. Like one of my favorite Batman villains is the Condiment King. I'm not kidding. I really enjoy the Condiment King because he's just like one of those like off the wall, random, pretty stupid characters. So I don't mind the costumes all that much. I do understand like they in live action. It's a difference between being in like the comics and live action, and a lot of comic book costumes don't translate well. Especially if you're trying to make them look good. I don't know if that's what he was going for. I don't think he's like necessarily trying to make them look good per se, but like because I'm like a fan of like these stupid characters, I'm like, okay, that's Polka Dot Man, and I'm pretty sure Nathan Fillion's playing Arm Fall Off Boy, which is another. He literally just rips his arms off and just like throws them at people, and he like regenerates them and stuff. So, but yeah, I will say this though, like, let me start with this. Overall, the trailer is incredibly lackluster. It's what I expected from James Gunn's Suicide Squad, a very Guardians of the Galaxy inspired film.
Yeah,
it's this
very
big
Guardians.
Guardians. Big ensemble, cast of, misfits and, douchebags that are, going to try and save the world. The beginning of the trailer, though, when they're having that quick back and forth in the van as they're getting ready to go, it reminded me kind of like a Guy Ritchie like type deal, which made me think that I would really love to see Guy Ritchie do a Guardians of the Galaxy film, just super fast, super like just energetic, those fast cuts, kind of like similar to something like Snatch, or maybe even like the stuff that he did with King Arthur. But the just the I don't know, the vibe of this is just kind of weird. I mean, like I said, I like the characters. I'm excited to see Harley Quinn again. Because I wasn't the biggest fan of Birds of Prey, so I'm looking forward to seeing her in some other stuff or with a different script. Having Idris Elba is really cool because Idris Elba is just the ultimate cool guy, I think. But overall, no, the trailer I'm not impressed, which sucks because I really was interested in the stuff that they showed at Fandom. I thought like the whole behind the scenes stuff that they showed was like really interesting, and everyone was talking about how much fun it was to work on the set with James Gunn and all that stuff. Right. But this first trailer is just not really doing it for me.
I think that if I don't know what goes on in the heads of these executives these days over in Warner Brothers, because shit. But it really feels like when they saw it, and this is what I was saying too, is that when they saw this trailer and when they saw the footage of it, that they really truly said like, oh, this is awesome. This is what we wanted from David Ayer, but he couldn't do this. I'm so glad we were able to get James Gunn. And remember, they kept saying that this was going to be their answer to Guardians of the Galaxy back when Suicide Squad first came out. And so now you have James Gunn, who did Guardians of the Galaxy over in DC doing Suicide Squad. So this is like their wet dream. They're like, yeah, this is it. We're so happy. I mean, look, is it going to be good? I think it's still going to be good. It's a different tone altogether, and this is the tone that apparently they want to go with. This much brighter, kind of slapstick. I don't know. It's either that or they're just allowing certain directors to have freedom to kind of just do their thing with the characters. Yeah. Now, the question I have for you and for everyone in the chat as well, guys, do you think that this will be a standalone story, or do you think it will have some kind of connection to the DC universe, you could say, or will there be any connection to the first Suicide Squad? Josh, let's start with you.
I believe that James Gunn kind of described it as like a reimagining of the Suicide Squad. As like it's kind of like in the same universe, and it is a pseudo sequel to Suicide Squad, but just going in a different direction. It's kind of tough to say if it'll actually end up being part of any kind of plan that they have for the DC universe, because outside of Zack stuff, what kind of plan do they actually have?
They don't.
And exactly. The thing is, like, they haven't really kind of openly, or at least openly, said anything about there being a plan for, hey, we're gonna build out our universe, we're gonna introduce all these characters, we're gonna do all these cool like crossovers and yada yada yada. They haven't done that. They're kind of just releasing. It almost feels like they're releasing movies and just seeing what sticks. I mean, like Shazam was good. I enjoyed that. Again, Birds of Prey, I wasn't like the biggest fan of. Aquaman, I thought was really solid. And then you have this, and like, don't get me wrong, I think there's room for like the lighthearted kind of like fun, DC like films, and then also having like the dark stuff. But if they strictly go in the route of, oh hey, we're gonna be light and we're gonna make jokes and ha 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 and dicks, I'm not really like, I don't want that. Because like
why dicks? Why dick jokes right now?
I don't understand, because
with
like
all this Joss Whedon and all this,
he's a freak.
I know, but all this stuff has been happening. You would think Damage Control, they'd be like, hey, let's cool it on the dick jokes for right now, because we just got a lot of heat for that. So instead he's like, no, if there was a whole beach full of dicks, I'd eat them all. Which is like,
I think
that's a little extreme. I mean, it was kind of funny at first, and now I've seen it a couple times. I'm like, it's kind of gross, actually.
The only reason
he's
why
getting his own show. He's getting his own show.
I was just about to say, the only reason why I chuckled at that is because it was John Cena delivering the line, and I think James Gunn was kind of banking on that, because if someone else was delivering it, like Javelin or Ratcatcher delivering the that punchline about the numerous genitalia on the beach, it wouldn't really like stick all that well. And even with John Cena, it doesn't stick all that well for me. But the fact that he's saying it, like, I'm just like, it makes sense because it's John Cena. Because John Cena is just like one of those people that could pull off a joke like that. But the joke itself feels like it was written by a 12-year-old. Because what do kids do? They joke about really like crass things, and they make all these like immature jokes and all that. And if that's the route that James Gunn is going for, if that's the vibe he's going for, then bravo, you did it. But if he's trying to oh, this is a mature joke, adults are gonna love this. No, sorry, I'm 25 years old. I don't really laugh at dick jokes. So,
well, see, and Steve Segura says dick humor has its place, but they didn't have to try and push it in the first trailer. If that's the best, of it, then I'm sure how high are I'm not sure how high my hopes are, if I can read that right. I mean, look, it is what it is. I think it's a rehash of Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it'll be entertaining. It's gonna have a lot of action. I think a bunch of them are probably gonna die, except for your Harley Quinns and probably the Rick Flag, and all the major characters will stick around, but all the side characters like Polka Dot Man, he'll probably die. Who knows?
There's so many. Like
There's
at Fandom,
so many.
when they kept introducing, I was like, oh my god, really? There's so many characters in this movie. I just think I don't know.
The funny thing is like Warner Brothers pretty much gave James Gunn full reign to use any character that he wanted and to kill any character that he wanted. He kind of teased that Harley Quinn was going to die, but we all know that's not going to happen.
Hell no.
Margot Robbie she puts butts in seats.
WB at this point, WB they value her more than they would value Ben Affleck as Batman.
Which is beyond me. I mean,
like holy cow! You guys.
I mean, she's great, but
good,
but I feel like it shouldn't be like one or the other. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be exclusive to like, oh, we're only gonna use Harley Quinn. Like, no, like Ben Affleck's Batman is phenomenal and is my favorite live action Batman. I'm sorry, Christian Bale fans, he's good as well, but Ben Affleck just nails it.
Ben Affleck is he's my number one. And what about you, Allie?
Are you asking about Batman? Or are you asking about
Batman? We're talking about Batman.
Yeah, of course. I mean, don't get me wrong.
There you go.
I mean, I am looking forward to seeing Matt Reeves' movie. I do think it's going to be good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
sure.
No, definitely.
the little teaser trailer that they showed at Fandom really caught me by surprise. First of all, I was surprised to see anything from that movie because I didn't think they would actually have something like that to show at the time.
Right.
And so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm interested in it. I'm a Robert Pattinson fan, but I mean, for sure,
she has all the Twilights.
Actually, yes. Well, I got rid of the books, but no, I don't have them anymore. But in high school, I did blow through all 4 of them in like 2 weeks.
I'm not afraid to admit I've watched all the Twilight movies.
Yeah.
And I thought the first one was good. And the other ones, they were just, I mean, I thought they were all right. But to me, the first one's the best one of all of them. It's a darker film, I thought. Of course, that's why.
I mean, I think Robert Pattinson, he's good at playing like that darker, brooding type of character. Like, I think it kind of fits, him as an actor.
No,
but,
I think so.
Yeah, I think he'll do fine with that. But I mean, of course, Ben Affleck. I would have preferred to have Ben Affleck's movie.
Of course.
Yeah, hopefully we at some point in time if that ever becomes a reality with Deathstroke. But I love Ben Affleck as Batman for sure. I was probably one of the only people that wasn't freaking out when he got cast as Batman. I was like, heck yeah, I love Ben Affleck.
I remember that night specifically because I think I was getting ready for bed because it was an early night for me and it came across my screen and I was like, the dude from Geely is playing Batman. I lost my mind.
Oh yeah.
But I've never been happier to be wrong about a casting because he's, like I said, he's my favorite Batman. But it's funny that you both like Twilight. My older brother practically.
I never said I liked Twilight. I said I thought the first one was good, and that was about it. I'm not I don't have posters of it, or I don't even own one. So
are you sure? We can't see what's in front of you behind the camera, so
you don't want to see what's over here. There's stockings and Christmas decorations, all kinds of stupid shit.
Robert Pattinson posters from Twilight,
all that good stuff.
But my older brother forced me to watch that with him so many times, and I grew a hatred for those movies. Robert Pattinson's a phenomenal actor, especially now what he did with The Lighthouse and the other projects that he's done. But Robert Pattinson's Batman is so cool. And just like you, Ali, I did not expect there to be footage for Fandom, but they had only been filming for a month and a half, and they put together a full-fledged trailer that just pretty much just compacted the movie and let you know where everything is going, and it's just phenomenal.
I thought they would have concept art or I don't know, stills or something to show. I didn't think they would have footage, much less it was pretty much the same amount of time that we got for the Hallelujah trailer. They're the same length, and I was like, whoa, cool.
Where is it at here?
Nice.
Yeah, no, that trailer, I still watch that trailer to this day. I have a 4K TV, and sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch the Batman trailer, so I'll throw it on, and I'm
it's really good.
This is gonna be sick.
Nickatina doesn't like Twilight. He loves Twilight.
That's facts. That's facts. You
100%.
you can't hide it.
The MTV Zack Snyder interview is dope, by the way.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Have you seen that one?
Neither have I.
When was that, Nerdy? God, he's always dropping these facts on me here. Do you think that they will follow up with the Court of Owls storyline? You're talking about in Pattinson's Batman? I think that'd be pretty cool. It'd be awesome. I hope so. I think they're in a position where they can do that and not, it wouldn't affect the storyline because they can kind of, progress into that. So that'd be really cool.
If I speak, I'm in trouble.
Well, let me ask you, Josh, have you heard anything about, is this Suicide Squad going to be connected to anything related to the Snyderverse or just its own monster?
From anything that I know, it's going to be completely separate from Zack Snyder's stuff. Which is really strange considering Harley Quinn was in the Suicide Squad, which featured Ben Affleck's Batman, who is Zack's Batman.
Exactly.
So I don't exactly know what they're doing at all. Like I said, anything outside of Zack stuff, I'm not really sure if they even have a plan. They may try to, put on, a facade and pretend that, we have all these plans and we have an entire layout, but it doesn't look like it at all. Because you've got Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is blown, past any expectations that people had, and then you have that smear campaign that Anna Sarnoff decided to run with Variety about how the Zack stuff is done, and we're gonna go ahead and move on and do stuff on the big screen, the small screen, and we're excited for about the multiverse
games, cartoons,
video game.
It's why are you throwing all this at us when all we're asking you is give us more of Snyder's work, give us more of the Snyderverse. I mean, they want to give us everything else but that, which makes absolutely no sense to me. When your customers are telling you like, "Hey, I want this phone. This is the phone I want. This is one everyone likes. This is what I want," and they're like, "No, you're not going to get that. Instead, we're going to give you this phone."
A flip phone.
You know what I mean? You're just like, that's not a phone. But it's got cool colors.
Colors.
You know what I mean? It's just
explosions, dick jokes.
It makes zero sense from a business standpoint. From any standpoint you compare it to, it doesn't make any sense. So I really stress on that. Like everyone else has, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, Ali, you made a great analogy with like the flip phone, because like there is nothing that Warner Brothers could release now after Zack Snyder's Justice League that will have the same impact. It's not going to happen.
No.
The only thing that will come. Go ahead.
No, yeah, it's like you can watch the other stuff and like it. You know, you can watch Suicide Squad and be like, yeah, it was good. Probably not going to watch it a bunch of times or anything like that. I'm not going to watch it in theaters. I'm not paying to see that in theaters. I'm sorry. If it wasn't going to be on HBO Max the same day, I would not be going to the theater to see it.
Yeah.
Regardless,
I mean,
I'm watching it at home. You can watch other stuff and enjoy it and like it or whatever. But Zack Snyder's Justice League has set the bar so high. There is not going to be anything that compares to that coming from anyone else. I'm sorry. I'm not saying you have to hate on the other stuff or boycott it or nothing like that. But what's going to be at that level? Nothing.
Nothing.
Someone actually DM'd me yesterday because I posted like some of the posters for Suicide Squad when they were what's a flip phone?
What's a flip phone?
Remember?
We've got a youngin in chat. Oh boy, my first phone was a flip phone. I remember super off topic, but I remember texting a girl letting her know that I liked her, and I wasn't able to get a text back because I had run out of minutes. Anyway.
Oh yeah, no, dude, totally.
Stop after 9. After 9.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there's just
after 9. I remember that.
Someone messaged me and was just like, why are you promoting Suicide Squad when we're all trying to get Zack Snyder's Justice League? I'm like, well, look, I feel like you don't need to be in like one party or the other. You can enjoy Zack Snyder's Justice League or his DCEU and promote the hell out of it and be really excited about it, but then also enjoy like the Aquamans and the Shazams of the world in the DC universe. I feel like you don't have to be mutually exclusive to either or. And he was just like, oh, okay. But like, I feel like some Snyder fans feel like they have to, boycott and do all these things, and that's not necessarily what anyone has to do, because we're all fans of DC. We love these characters, we love these stories, and and it's just like the comics where there are darker stories and there are lighter stories. This is just basically how all comics are really. So you don't really have to kind of pit yourself against a particular kind of style just because you prefer one to the other.
Exactly. So here, I'll show you. I'm about to like age myself right now. Okay, so. This was my first phone that I had, my first cell phone ever, and I'll show you what it looks like right here.
Oh, this should be good.
Yeah.
Is it a track phone? Is it a track phone?
It's not a track phone, but hold on, let me pull it up right now. Okay, so there it is, right there. It's a flip phone.
What is that ancient thing?
Dude, that's it, dude. Let me see. Can I make it bigger? Let's see.
Yep.
There it is, right there. That was my first flip phone. And that was in the early 90s. And my mom had that one. See, StarTech. And then when she got a new one, she gave this to me. And I was like, wow, this is badass. Look at the antenna.
The antenna for the connection. Oh,
yeah, you can raise that up. You can extend that to get better service. Like,
remember when you could, like, with flip phones or with phones with the buttons, you could, like, send a text message, but you could cancel it. You could, like, end, and like, rapidly push the end or cancel button, and it would not send. You could cancel sending a text message.
How I wish that still existed.
I know. You're like, wait, take
now
it back,
you're just sending. It's like, whoop.
I'm like, you know what? I'm like, airplane mode. This is not sending. This is not going through.
I know. Hey, these days it's like if you send a text and you're trying to stop it, you're screwed. Like there's absolutely nothing you can do about that.
Jeez.
Hello there.
I mean, over here, just like, oh, here we go. Okay, everyone knows. So, so we talked about Suicide Squad. I think it'll be cool. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it, but let's just say I'm glad that it's on HBO Max and I don't have to pay money to go see it in the theater, because I probably wouldn't.
didn't watch
I mean,
the
I
first one
can't
in
say that.
theaters. I watched
can't.
it later on.
What?
The first Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater, and I was like, "What the hell's happening?"
My husband went to see it with his friends in theaters, and I was like, "I'll watch it later."
Actually, he's not wrong. He is not wrong. And I can show you too. Oh man, we're going way back.
One of those Nokia pagers.
No, I had a Motorola.
Oh boy. I think my dad had one. I'm not entirely sure, but
I'll show you. Here, I can find it. I know I can find it. Oh fuck! I just found it. Here it goes. Okay, so this was how you got a hold of Nickatina when I was younger, before the cell phone, before I got my mom's cell phone. This is like pretty much exactly what it looked like to you. Here it is, right here. There it is. It's and you had to get the see-through case because that was cool.
That's how everyone knew you were legit.
Yeah, it was like, damn, you got a see-through case.
He's got money. He's got the see-through case. Oh snap!
And then after that, I also had I had this one too. This is the other one I had.
Okay, that style of pager is the one that I'm more like familiar with because that's the one that I would see a lot. Yeah.
And that was it. I mean, I know it's.
Why do I feel old right now?
I feel old. You're only 25, man. I'm older than you are.
I'll be 26 in 2 months.
Jack, I am not 70 plus years old. Get the heck out of here.
It's the makeup. Don't lie to them. Don't lie to your viewers.
Yeah, anyone know the DC slate? Feel like it's a trial and error right now. I know they're basically just like
they're not even paying attention to what is. I mean, they don't care what's actually being what is actually getting attention and demand. Like I don't know. I don't understand. They're just like, no, we don't want it. We don't care what is getting the most attention or has the most demand. We want to do what we're going to do regardless.
And that's what doesn't make any sense. That's what I don't understand is that how can you do that as a company that sells a product to its customers? How can you tell your customers, we don't care what you want.
Yeah,
we're going to give you this instead. You're going to like it. It's like, no, we're not going to like it. And you're going to hear that.
It's so weird.
I do want to kind of reiterate something that I mentioned on LightCast a couple of days ago. So we all know about the Variety article that came out about, how Anna kind of shut down the possibility of the continuation of the Snyderverse. She's not the final. She doesn't have the final say when it comes to that stuff. She still has to, answer to Jason Kilar, who has been one of the biggest champions for Zack's vision, for Zack's cut, for the Justice League, and kind of just the Snyderverse in general. Yeah. And I'm also going to mention something that Taylor also mentioned is that there was an interview. Not interview. It was a meeting over the past week that Jason had. That was Anna was in there, where he basically kind of called them out for not listening to the fans and just kind of like, just ignoring everyone and all of that. So there are things that are happening behind the scene. I can't get into like specifics because I don't want to get an email from some unsavory folk.
But you can almost confirm, or at least with a high percentage, that this did happen.
Oh, 100% it happened. I found out from Taylor, and then I talked to someone. And actually, no, I found out originally. Then Taylor also found out. We kind of all heard the same stuff from different people. Yeah, no, that meeting definitely did happen, and other things are, in the air. I'll just say that. I'm not gonna. Yeah. So
I mean, something has to go down because it's getting ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, you can't run a company this way. In fact, there is actually an image that I put together, which probably translates a little bit to, or kind of shows you what went down at that meeting. And here it is right here. There it is right there. You idiots! I should have fired all of you for not releasing this back then. And this is what needs to happen. He needs to scold all of them and just say, dude, what are you doing?
It just doesn't make any sense. And Nick, you mentioned this is like from like a business standpoint, it doesn't make any sense to completely ignore your consumers and then just basically try to force feed them what you think they want.
Yeah,
that doesn't make a lick of sense. Yep. And the thing is, you can tell like, okay, yeah, the Suicide Squad trailer came out, but like, who's really talking about it? Restore the Snyderverse is still going strong, over 1.5 million tweets or something like that. People are making their demands known. Like okay, like we understand that you have Well, actually, here's what bothers me about this. All right, so Warner Brothers has come out and said that they are trying to introduce the multiverse on the big screen, right? They said that Crisis has kind of like laid the groundwork for being able to introduce the multiverse to a wider audience.
Only when it's good.
Only
Only when they allow it when it's convenient.
Yeah, but that bothers me as someone who feels like if you're gonna hire a director, like for a studio that claims to care about its directors and care about their visions, they are trying to do everything in their power to knock Zack Snyder down because some critics didn't like Batman v Superman. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like the more time goes on and the more that people develop their own kind of thought process when it comes to being interested for movies or any kind of product, they're not really going to listen to critics. Critics are becoming a dying breed, I honestly believe. I mean, I guess
it really is. I mean, now it's like they have to be multifaceted. They can't just be a critic. They have to be a critic and a blogger and a writer. They have to do a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, like if you've got like the 50-year-old dads on Facebook that'll look at a Rotten Tomatoes review and be like, oh, I'm not gonna watch that. This guy that I've never met or spoken to in my life said this movie is bad, that I'm not gonna like it. Like what is that? Like, really? Like, please, like, formulate your own opinions, and if you're interested in something, go ahead and watch it. And like, if you see like your friends being like, hey, like you should check this out. Like, this is a pretty good film. They're your friends. You respect and take their opinions into account when you do things. So go ahead and like watch the movie. You should be like listening to these critics that are just who have preconceived notions when going into a movie, when going into a review. So it's just like. I could talk about this for so long, bro. It bothers me.
This is the place to do it. And real quick, let me welcome 2 more guests into the show. But before I do that, I have to address something. Jack, I put you in timeout. You cannot troll in my chat and say that Ryan is better than me. So because of that, I put you in timeout. But you're always welcome on the show. You know that. And with that, let's welcome Ryan from Snyderverse.
What's up?
And let's also welcome the former host of the LightCast Podcast, Matt Miranda, who was not there.
Matt, what are you doing, bro?
He just stepped away as I hit it, too.
Oh, my. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh. He's got the sweatshirt in the background. Look at the background. It's getting so much better these days.
Yeah, he rivals me, and I need to one-up him.
He rivals you?
I have to. All right, it's not even a rival. I'm kind of just, I've got some work to do over here. I got my.
What's up, man? I had to run over here.
He's saying that you're rivaling Josh for his background. Well, let's compare the two. So you have Matt Miranda. Look at all that beautiful art and comic books and all kinds of cool stuff.
I've got the Ben Affleck Batman hot toy. I think I win by this alone.
I can't see it.
It's right here. Look at him. He's cool as crap.
I mean,
this.
He did put Batman in a cave. So
he did.
This is true. This is very true.
Here we go. Here you go.
What is that? Is that an ice skull? Okay, okay. Maybe.
He's like, here's some liquor.
Come on over for a drink.
Weapon right there.
Matt's like, I brought my own dick joke.
My own dick joke. So
let me write Suicide Squad 2.
Matt, what was your take on the Suicide Squad trailer that would drop today by Warner Brothers?
It seems fun. I mean,
that's it, man. It just seems fun.
I'm happy for Starro. I mean, Starro looks cool. King Shark looks like a
shark.
Looks like a shark.
Reminds
me of the cartoon shark. I mean, that's it. That's all.
Sylvester Stallone is actually voicing King Shark. I don't know if everyone knew that.
Who?
Sylvester Stallone.
Sly.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Rocky Balboa.
The dude from
Rambo.
The Expendables. The dude from The Expendables. I don't remember his name.
From Terminator, man. You got it wrong.
From Terminator. Yeah.
Oh. Totally.
Ryan, what did you think about the Suicide Squad trailer?
I like Starro. That's what got it for me. I was like, oh wow, Starro, that's really cool. The 2-3 shots that we got of him. So yeah, interesting. I can't wait to see that.
And I did like that as well. And remember, I was talking to you when you were watching it, and I agree.
Right, and you were like, "Hey, here comes the dick joke.
Here comes the dick joke. Here we go." But no, I thought having Starro in the movie was I like that they went for that. That James Gunn said, you know what, I don't care. I'm just going to do that.
I like that they kept the colors of Starro. That he's an alien
Yes,
starfish.
yes,
Yeah.
an alien starfish.
That's that's pretty awesome. But yeah, that was the thing that really caught my attention on the trailer. I mean, I'm gonna watch the movie. I'm not. Am I excited for it? I'm a little jaded by a lot of things that the Warner Brothers have been doing, and that's sort of the worst thing you can do for a fan is just have them jaded. There's no passion. They're not excited. They're not upset and angry, and they're just jaded. They can give a shit. So that's where I am.
But we were talking about earlier. It's just hard to kind of put into words, just like the amount of frustration that a lot of us have with Warner Brothers. I mean, they have a valuable property with Zack Snyder's Justice League and this whole Zack Snyder's universe, yet they just still don't want to move forward with this universe, even though it's shown.
It's all about ego. It's all about ego.
But how do
it has
you
nothing to do with
major
monetary?
like that?
They're pushing away money. They're like, no money. That's not for me. I don't want that money, because that money, it has a price tag with it, or it has an underlying tone with it, and we can't have that because then we don't we'll tell you what you're gonna like and what you're gonna purchase from us. You're the consumer. We don't have to listen to you. The customer is not always right in this situation.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. I don't understand how you run a company that way.
You do run it. You run it right into the ground.
Right into the ground.
Like Warner Brothers is literally sitting on a gold mine with Zack's stuff.
All they have to do is give more. They're trying to give less.
Yeah, like there's so much.
In this situation, the less is not more. More is actually more. You expand on. You have people who like this, and that's cool. And like I was put on Jim Lee's page and whoever else was in the Suicide Squad. I was like, what's his name? John Cena. I was like, you know what? Great. I'll pay attention to your film, but also do this. Also restore the Snyderverse. It's cool that you want me to look at this and get excited, but just this past week or last week, you're telling me this other thing is dead and killed. So why do you want me to be excited for this? I could care less. Same thing with The Flash. Michael Keaton doesn't even sound like he's on board and even cares. So why do I care about that property? I mean, it's getting to the point where it's like, who gives a shit? And that's where I'm jaded.
Yeah. And it makes sense. And you mentioned something that kind of goes back to what I mentioned before. It's just like, like you can like, whatever DC is kind of like doing now with like Suicide Squad and Shazam and all that stuff. But like, you can also be like, hey, let Zack finish his stuff. This is a multiverse after all. So stand by your word and just do it. I don't understand. Like I said, they're sitting on a gold mine. They're literally sitting on so much untapped potential, so many awesome characters, so many great stories that Zack is just waiting. Zack literally has a board of Justice League 2 and 3 of like after like stuff that was like shown in like Texas and stuff. Yeah. He has a brand new board that he's not showing.
New boards.
He show. Yeah.
He has a brand new board for Justice League 2 and 3, the outline, all that stuff, because he knows that, all right, so of course, I'm not gonna have like Lois, and Batman have a freaking, kid and stuff, but he's got a brand new kind of direction that he hopes to kind of take stuff in that direction. And Warner Brothers is, putting out these hit pieces about, we're not gonna do that. Ayer cuts, that's not happening. Like, the fact that they were so blatant and rude about Ayer's cut really pissed me off. How like they just basically just said F you, we're not doing that. And then David Ayer was like, why? Like it was news to him. Like
But
it's like in reality, they're the ones that are not developing it.
They're not, and so essentially, she could say, "Well, I wasn't lying because we're not developing it. That's through HBO Max."
But also, like Josh said, I mean, it's only 2 films that need to get greenlit, and Warner Brothers, again, same thing as like the Ayer cut. It's not up to them, but they don't need to shit on their own company. Internally, like why would you? That's like Disney saying, and by the way, don't watch any more Marvel movies, but watch Star Wars or watch the Disney princess movies, but don't watch any more Marvel movies.
It's weird.
It's like
it's like competition, but with their own properties. Like it's very strange.
I just don't get it. I mean, it just and so here's an image that Ryan put together, which I was actually a big fan of. I thought it was really good. Let's let's take a look at this real quick. So there is the image right there, and Ryan, why don't you go ahead and read that for all of us?
Okay. Oh, hold on. All right. So it says, we don't listen to the fans. We
You and
tell
your Grace
the
Randolph
fans
voice.
what they like.
Wow.
We allowed Jason Keelar to release that Snyder thing, but now that's over. Fans don't know what they want till we tell them what they want. And I should have put bitch, but
Does he look like a bitch?
there you go. Yes.
But I mean, it's like that's essentially what's happening here, and this is kind of the message that they're sending to their fan base.
Yeah.
To the people that want to spend money on movies and promote their product, this is what they're saying to them.
Yeah, that's them inside the AT&T offices in front of,
A bunch of windows.
Stan Key, and it's just like there they are,
They have no business in DC at this point. It's like they don't deserve any. They didn't want Zach because of potential confusion. They didn't want Flash to time travel. Are you kidding me? That is the most beautiful scene in that movie. I will never get over that scene. I cry every time I watch it, and I will never. Just like they wanted to take out. I know it was Kevin Sujihara, but he didn't want the No Man's Land scene in Wonder Woman. Like they have no business with DC. I don't know. But DC doesn't need to be there anymore. Obviously, Netflix recognizes Zack Snyder's.
It's like they want to remove like the emotional impact from these films. Like, and I think the reason why Suicide Squad looks really lackluster to me because it all just seems like a bunch of surface stuff. Like, I feel like there's no emotion in that movie.
Yeah,
It's just,
there is no emotion.
It's a superhero film. Like that's
Not even that. It's just an action movie.
Yeah, like that's
There's a bunch of
basically
guys who have some weird abilities,
Yeah, like that, and that bothers me because as someone who's grown accustomed to Zack stuff or kind of grown accustomed to like understanding like the philosophy of why these heroes or these villains do what they do, the reason why Steppenwolf in Zack Snyder's Justice League is leagues better than the one that was in the theatrical version is because he had motivation, he had drive, he had purpose. There was a reason why he was going after slaughtering everyone to get to these mother boxes. He wanted to be redeemed in the eyes of Darkseid. There's layers to that character. And in Suicide Squad, I mean, obviously, I'm basing this off of a trailer, and obviously, I could end up being wrong in the long run. But like, it just doesn't seem like any of that emotion or any of that character development or structure or just emotion is in that movie, and that bothers me.
And the first series that we're getting in the DC from the DC universe is Peacemaker.
Yeah.
The first one.
Branching off of that. Like, this is
ridiculous.
I think that's because they're trying to capture the Chinese market because Cena is really big overseas.
Is he
and,
really?
and they're saying like each property, like the Batman has the spin-off series with Gotham or the Catwoman or whatever, and then they're having for the Suicide Squad has a spin-off series, and I'm sure for what are they developing? Who gives a shit? For the Flash, I guess.
Flash, Black Adam, stuff like that.
Here's this point. We only want one thing to be developed, and they're just like, I don't know. So let's take a look at another tweet that made a lot of sense and kind of put everything into perspective, because we know yesterday that hashtag Restore Snyderverse was trending, and it was trending hardcore. It beat out Avengers Endgame, and we did more tweets than November 17th. For hashtag release the Snyder Cut. So let's take a look at that. This is put up by Mick D. I thought it was pretty cool. So let's take a look at this. So there it is, 1.5 million. And if you go into it a little further, it says results is 1.5 million. Total engagement was 3 million. So even with these numbers right here, you're telling me that Warner Brothers said, that's great, but we're just gonna move on.
Yeah, they're like, that's great, but that's not 2 million. Am I right? Yeah, high five.
I'll tell you this though, if my job, like if I were ever to like make some sort of like campaign that got these numbers, you better believe they would be fast tracking whatever the hell it was that I was promoting, because these numbers are great. Like the engagement rate is great, the traffic is phenomenal, and from anyone smart in business would realize, okay, that there is a market here. There's something here that we can actually kind of, that's tangible, something that we can kind of, sink our teeth into, and let's go ahead and do it. But as Ryan mentioned, is like it's the ego thing. Like they feel like they know what we want better than we do, and that doesn't make any sense.
How do you do that? How do you run a business like that? How do you run a company like that?
And then the thing. Go ahead, Nickatina.
Go ahead. I'm on repeat. Go ahead.
They kind of make it seem like, oh, we're happy Zach got to do this. We're happy the fans get to see it. We're really glad that he got to do, finish the movie. No, you're not.
They're not.
No, you're not. Because, okay, yeah, she, Antonoff wasn't in charge, or she wasn't there when the movie was being made and when it got released in theaters. But it's like, it doesn't even matter because it's still the same thing. Yeah, exactly. You're still the minority. And then they try to act like, oh, well, if you don't like the other stuff, the other route that we want to go, then you're just toxic. No, it's because it's BS and it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's not being toxic. Yes, there's going to be that out there no matter what fandom you're talking about. But just because we're like not jazzed and playing the Suicide Squad trailer on repeat doesn't mean we're being toxic. It's like, no, it looks whatever.
Well, I mean, you guys, you're not falling for the dick jokes. You're not falling for people being shoved in the actress's cleavage.
I hate that so much.
That's what they want you to like. Is like, come on, let's get back to the sexual innuendos, guys. Come on, this is for kids.
That's for kids.
The fact
penises on the beach.
The fact that the theatrical version of Justice League is what they want to base, and like this is canon. Why in the world would you want to have that be canon? Like all of these like sexual like butt shots of Wonder Woman. Flash falling on her chest and like being really awkward. Like what person with like any kind of ethics?
Diana going
like this is great.
Down Bruce, that was a weird scene.
What?
After they came back from like their initial fight with Steppenwolf in the tunnels,
and
when she readjusted his shoulder. She wasn't like massaging him or anything like that.
So that compared to them both grabbing the mouse. I thought there was more chemistry with the mouse.
That had to go.
Exactly.
According to Johnson Company, that had to go. They're like, all right, that's got to go. Because that has a connection to another part of the movie that we've already deleted. So, gotta go.
We can't sell that.
Plus,
no one can sell that.
We can't chop the scene up enough.
Plus, why did they want Bruce to be a jerk to her early in the movie? Like, I don't understand why they made him a jerk to her when he's like, oh, did Steve Trevor tell you that? Like... Why would they make him be rude to her? I don't understand that.
But not only that, Allie,
like
in that same scene,
the bank robbers, or not the bank robbers, but the terrorist group. Yeah, in the Snyder cut, like bitch slap Bruce Wayne into the wall. Fuck you! But never talk that way about Steve Trevor.
I want to talk about that scene where he does say that because it is so out of character for Batman. He has been tormented by the death of his parents for so long. That is literally like the reason why he became Batman. He would not use the death of a loved one against someone else as like a ploy to get them to do what he wanted. That is so out of character.
Would have done it,
and that just shows you.
Don't bring it up. No.
That just shows you how disconnected and out of touch Joss Whedon is. Like that, awful.
Yep. Yeah.
Matt, what are you doing?
He's just chilling, dude. Right? You're just
doing
chilling.
my thing.
Yeah, there we go.
Working behind the scenes.
He's retired. Remember?
I am retired. I'm watching a lot of great things. No, you guys are saying a lot of great things, though. I agree with a lot of it. But we have to remember that when Zack Snyder's Justice League tweeted in November 17th, over 1 million tweets for release the Snyder Cut, it took November, December, January, February, like 3 months after for them to actually sit down and talk about it and watch his cut. And even then, Warner Brothers denied it. They didn't want it. And HBO Max was the one that said yes. And they're the ones that said, let's do it. We have to remember that. And we have to also remember that Justice is Gray just dropped yesterday. And we also have to remember that they're still collecting numbers. I mean, I could tell you this from what we've heard, and I think Josh had mentioned this, and Taylor has mentioned this, is that the numbers that are coming in, they're not official yet, but we're seeing third-party numbers come out, and these numbers are already more like... The numbers are hyping people up because these numbers are third-party numbers. These are not official numbers. When the official numbers for streaming come out, because they have to collect all this data, it's not like something where they can go to the movie theaters and just count the ticket prices. We're counting streams. We're doing different platforms. We're picking up different algorithms from different places all over the world, from different services. Like Crave just announced today that it was the #1 streaming movie ever in their history in Canada. Ever. India is now #1 as well for the #1 streaming movie. And it's like when these numbers come in, and we're not talking just Zack Snyder's Justice League, we're talking Justice is Gray. When you look at these numbers, they are going to look at these and like gauge. And then we look at the numbers that McD put out, which is just massive. And then you look at the potential reach. And I think that, I don't know if you saw the other one, but McD actually, he picked up another one, and he basically used the hashtag Restore the Snyderverse, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and the Snyder Cut with a 3.4 million retweet. There it is, 13.2 million engagement. And then that potential reach is new potential people that can come into this. And you know, those are just more people. That's 51.5 trillion just potentially just sitting there that
like,
have seen it.
Subscribe the Zever Fett channel.
WB's like this, like they see this the information, they're like, well, look,
Bots.
12.6 negative. Let's get rid of this.
Yeah, but you know, that 12.6 negative. I mean, that's probably just Warner Brothers in general, like making it negative. I mean,
that's Hamada clicking.
Yeah, no, we got to drop this down.
Down.
They're clearly got the message. I mean, they clearly got the message. The message was sent. I don't agree with flooding the Suicide Squad, you know, tweets with Restore the Snyderverse, because I look at it on a twofold. Like, you can't do that, because let them have their moment. I mean, the movie's going to come out regardless, and I'm going to watch it. You know, it just, I know.
No,
I'm going to watch it.
I mean,
but at the end of the day, I mean, Zack Snyder's name is on the credit slate of that, as well as an executive producer with his wife, Deborah. And, you know, we have to still have a little bit more respect for ourselves and for other people and their work, and all the people that work on these productions as well. I mean, a lot of the people that were cast in this film are also cast in a lot of Zack's films with David Ayer and things of that nature. So we kind of have to respect, in a way, what we're doing as fans, and being more aware of our actions, because the Restore the Snyderverse is more than a movie, right? It's about how we engage and how we respectfully, like, put our voices out there in a respectful way. We don't want to be the people that are being toxic, right? Let toxic people be toxic, because they're the ones that are going to bait you into these conversations. We have to be the more mature ones and be like, hey, I'm an actual real person, not a Russian bot drinking vodka.
I wish I was.
Vodka.
You know? I wish I was.
I wish I was. What was that guy on YouTube that would always shoot AKs?
Crap! I know exactly what you're talking about too.
I love him. He's just.
If I was a Russian bot, I'd be able to read this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what that says.
If I was a Russian bot, I'd fucking tweet it millions of times, right?
Fire up the Russian servers.
Fire up the Russians.
What's up, Alex?
We all want to be FPS Russia. We all want to be FPS
That's
Russia.
right. FPS Russia, first person shooter. Russia, that's his name.
And then
go
this was the big one yesterday. It happened last night. Dawson Weidrich really almost like his head almost exploded when he saw it. He was so excited. All of us were excited. And this is the tweet right here. Let me pull it up real quick. I'm like laughing before I even pull it up. Okay, but it was a big deal though. So here is that tweet right here. Brad Paisley tweeted out hashtag restore the Snyderverse.
The country people.
Yeah,
I mean,
and if you
yeah,
wonder,
Dawson,
like, you know,
every 5 minutes was bringing this up.
is he in the chat?
Hilarious. No, it was in the private chat. And it was just
Who
like,
was there? Oh, look at this guy. No, who's there? Everyone's there. Look at Barcy's there. Thank you. She's in
Yeah.
chat right now. Carrie, JN, holy moly. So yeah, it was a big deal.
R, there you go.
And you wonder why it was a big deal. Well, there's another white check mark saying, oh yeah. So he has 4.3 million followers, and he tweeted that out. So that was pretty cool. Interesting, but it was really cool. I was like, wow, even Brad Paisley is getting down on this. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, right.
And Ray Fisher as well, of course. I mean, we all knew he's been a very vocal member of the community. And look, there's the Geek House show as well saying, let's go.
Yep.
I got to get them back on the show as well. Kyle Harkins. It just keeps on going. I don't know what all that is, but South Cali guy. But yeah, so restore the Snyderverse. I mean, look, when looking at these numbers, I mean, guys, this is huge.
Those are huge numbers. I agree.
Look at the spike. Look at the spike. Look at the time.
Damn!
Yeah, it's crazy.
It wasn't just usually a spike happens and it drops, right? This one happened, it dropped and went back up, and then dropped and then went back up. Like it was consistent. It was like constant. And even white check marks.
The white check marks, man. So here's my thing: is that going into this, I fully expected to see massive white check marks saying negative things about this movie. Instead, it's been the exact opposite. And I think WB is essentially sheeting their pants with the fact that is happening, because I mean it's awesome. But I think honestly, when they see these numbers deep down inside, you know what they're doing, right? They're doing this. No!
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Yeah, that's Toby and Ann.
No, like Ann, I thought you squashed this. I tried.
You squashed this.
Kalel, no.
You know what I mean? It's like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So there is that, and then what's this? Oh, this is from the Insider. Ray Fisher should have been the next big superhero megastar, and then Joss Whedon happened. I'm not going to go into this whole article, but definitely take a look at that. But it's kind of true, though. I mean, if you see his performance in Zack Snyder's Justice League, he was easily lined up, and that's why they were going to do a Cyborg movie, because he absolutely nailed it in this movie. He did such a good job as Cyborg. I mean,
and listen, I don't want to say, I want to wait for the interview to come out, because that's kind of what I'm doing on the side right now. I'm actually watching the interview and looking for parts and things like that. And we're having some technical issues with YouTube right now because they say the file's too big. It is a very long interview. Wow. I will boast that right now. It is something that is very large. It is
Don't
a big
get Ryan started.
oh, here we go.
Real good.
I know
We have
to hear.
it's not good.
We can't use Ryan.
I want to get to the meat. Of
we
the,
did tweet out
conversation.
to Ray that he is a very fresh of breath air. He is very easy to talk to. He's very nice to talk to.
Yeah.
He's very hopeful and he's very happy. He's very this momentum to push forward with the Snyder Cut and everything that's coming, the special features now, and we get an inside look. I watched that today. It's a nice 24-minute clip. And he's just, I'm ready to see him in more. Like, he's just a happy guy right now, and he's just so positive. But, you know, we're having some technical issues, and I'm trying to work through those right now.
So they're saying that the file is too big. I mean, did you add like a ton of special effects and?
Yeah, we added
explosions. We actually CG'd. He's not Ray Fisher in that interview. He's actually Cyborg.
Yeah, we actually put in the real Green Lantern into the
Ryan Reynolds
interview. Yeah,
I sat in on that interview. I don't remember seeing any Ryan. Wait, never mind. Shh.
Does he look like a bitch?
What? Okay, so but you know what though? I feel like if WB continues down this line, okay, and they continue to try and force feed you what you want, this is what eventually is going to happen.
Tell you that. Please, sir, I want some more.
What? Please, sir, I want some more. More? All right, stop it. Stop it right there. Now go on, fill up the bowl. Go on. That's it. Now, put on this dress. Put it on!
Pretty soon the fans are going to be like, dude, I'm done with this. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me what to do anymore. I don't know about putting on a dress, but you get what I mean. So I really hope that somebody, wakes them up to realize, okay, this is something that we can't just ignore anymore. And I mean, when you look at those numbers and total engagements of 13 million, I mean, that's a lot. Mm-hmm. And to ignore that doesn't make much sense at all. It really doesn't. It doesn't. So real quick, let's look at. Oh wait, you know what? I already pulled this up.
Oh man,
I was gonna show. Oh yeah, actually here it is right here. So this was a cool tweet. It says "She's the key." Hashtag Snyderverse, and it showed. I know, Ryan. Can I make it bigger? No, I can't. And you can see in both scenes. I mean, look. So she was there in BVS to save Clark from Batman, and then she did it here again. She saved Batman from Clark.
I made this comparison to my buddy Sean. We were talking about the movie, and I mentioned I was like, yo, like the parallels are so sick that in BVS she's saving Superman, but in Justice League she's saving Batman. Like that, I love it. I love Snyder's so good at parallels and callbacks and just those little nuggets that people that really watch his films just hold on to. Like that one moment where he remembers enjoying being on the farm and it pans out, you see the swing, and then in Man of Steel he was on the swing and it's the exact, it is just
same frame. I was like, wow, and then right back there again.
So good.
And then when that same thing happens and it parallels again and she runs in front of Batman to save him from Darkseid, she gets Omega beamed.
Yeah, that time it wasn't a good idea. That time it was like, hey, you know what? It worked twice. 3 times was not a charm. I'm sorry.
Lose.
I can't lose. Theory: Lois Lane is the life equation. Okay.
The anti-life equation? Or
no, because there's an anti-life equation and then there's a life equation.
Yeah.
So she's kind of extra crispy at the moment.
And here we go. See, and Steve Segura has it. Oh crap! Then Batman saves Lois. Full circle. Because later on he would sacrifice himself, and they're already alluding to that too. Because in the nightmare sequence, he says, how many alternate timelines are there where you were unable to save the world because you were unable to let yourself?
You don't have the cojones to die
yourself. Thank you.
And then Ben replied, and then part 3.
Just wait on it.
And start off as the anti-life equation. Oh man.
Yeah, she saps our free will because she's just like, this is what you want. No, guess what? It's fucking not.
It's not,
ma'am.
I mean, they couldn't even allow for the fans to enjoy, the Snyder Cut, release. It was just drop the article now. Yes, please,
One
variety,
weekend.
drop the
There
article.
you go. Yeah, you guys got your weekend. That's all.
Yeah.
You got your weekend, but guess what, guys? We got Suicide Squad trailer dropping. Mortal Kombat.
We got
Hey, man,
Dick. We
why
got
don't you
Dick
bring
jokes.
Mortal Kombat in here?
Actually, no. I will defend that. I will die on that hill. I love Mortal Kombat.
I
I
want to
will
see
die
Mortal Kombat
on that hill.
But what I'm saying
How
is that
dare you, Nickatina? What are you
that's
doing?
it. We're done. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you later. No, I just ended like, oh shit.
Nickatina doesn't like Mortal Kombat. Tweet it out.
Tweet it out quick. Jack Pierre,
We're gonna burn your career right now.
I know. So, guys, real quick, I did want to say thank you to Allie Brooks. She has to get going. Is that right, Allie?
Yeah, thank you.
She's like, yes, thank you.
She's like, I actually want to leave, but
I have to get out of here.
Can I go now?
But as always, Allie, thank you so much for joining us today on the Nickatina Show and being a co-host. You're awesome. And you want to tell everyone where they can find you?
Yeah, thank you. Twitter, SuperHypeDC, and my YouTube channel is SuperHype, just how you see it right here. 2 words. Yeah, you can find me there.
All right. And
Thank
we'll
you,
hopefully
guys.
see you on Monday. She's like,
Oh, yeah,
wow.
okay.
She's like, oh,
She
I agree with this? Damn it.
No.
I forgot I agreed to this shit.
Yeah, I'll try to make as many as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Ellie,
It
thank you
was
so
nice
much.
talking with all you guys. Nice to meet you, Josh.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Yeah, you guys have a good rest of your day, and don't get too excited over the Suicide Squad trailer, because I didn't.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Yeah.
All right.
See
Bye,
you
guys.
later.
Bye.
Okay, now the girls. Okay, now we can talk like men. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Now let's break
Yo,
it.
those dick jokes were awesome. No, I'm not doing
I love
that.
the dick
No,
jokes.
those were awful. I hate it.
Awful. God.
It's fire.
No, Anthony is not fire. Anthony's at home watching from the couch with no power.
Yeah.
Wait, how is he watching from the couch with no power?
Well, he has his phone.
He probably maybe his phone died. Who knows?
It's
Oh
possible.
yeah, he has to have. A way of charging
Nickatina,
his phone.
check Twitter. That's such a it's a broad statement. Like what?
That's ominous.
Is there a DM? Is there a?
No,
what's
just
this?
check Twitter.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Look what he did. Okay, here I'll just share it now because I might as well. What the hell? Here it is. Share screen. Let me find it. There's your
Share
name.
audio.
And there's no audio for this one. Let me see. And here it is. Nickatina doesn't like Mortal Kombat. you can't say these things. Jack will do it immediately. Like he'll go right for it. He thinks you're serious,
Awesome.
Ryan.
Awesome. Good
So-
job, Jack.
Yeah, good job, Jack. So,
Way to be.
Josh, you kind of alluded earlier, and I know Matt, you've touched on it as well, that there are new storyboards. I think Zach has said it as well, that there are new storyboards that he's done for the continuation of this story. Do you think that? I mean, do you think that he's going to do anything in releasing something or hinting at anything that he's working on to try and hype up the idea of continuing this? The Snyderverse, like Kevin O'Dogger, like he took the internet.
Well, I mean, like he's already done that this week by pretty much saying like which person he wanted to play Jon Stewart. He mentioned that he wanted Trevante Rhodes to play Jon Stewart in Green Lantern, and that pretty much got people like super hyped up. But the thing is, at this point, Zach really doesn't need to say or do anything to hype the fans up. Like he's the movement is self-sustaining at this point. People, I mean, like, you know, Zach hasn't really said much since like Justice is Gray has come out, and you know we've already reached, you know, over 1 million, you know, tweets on Twitter. So there's, I mean, like, yeah, no, Zach could leak the Green Lantern scene that he made during during like the additional photography, because he said he shot it in his backyard, right?
On his driveway.
Yeah, in his driveway. Yeah, no, he's got that. He has that footage. I mean, he could just, you know, just drop that and you know and have everyone watch that, but he doesn't really have to at this point.
There was an article that came out saying that it was Trevante Rhodes, but then I've also heard that it's not him, that it's somebody else entirely. That's incorrect. Now who it really is, I mean, it hasn't really officially been confirmed by Zach, so we don't know exactly who it is unless you guys know. But other than that, I mean,
it wasn't John Boyega, I'll tell you.
it wasn't John Boyega.
No.
I don't think it was. I mean, it could have been. You never know.
Oh, come on.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba,
Yeah, Bloodsport and Green Lantern.
The whole time he's like, I'm not actually Bloodsport. I'm a Green
Pulls
Lantern.
out a power ring.
Oh my god, this is incredible. The multi-dimensional verse is upon us. I just think it's funny how they push so hard at DC fandom about how it's a multiverse.
It's a
They're like,
multiverse
multiverse. But then when Zach wants to use Green
not a
Lantern, it's
multiverse. No, it's not a
you
multiverse.
cannot do that. Put that back, or we're done here.
We have a plan for that character, so you can't use that character. But we're multiverse. We get two people can be the same character.
No. Not this character. Not this character.
Not
but
this
anybody
guy.
else is okay. You want to use Polka Dot Man? Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
The Green Lantern was an Easter egg. Easter egg is planted earlier in the movie.
Yeah, it is. It's in the opening of the movie where the newspaper comes and it says an architect is needed in Manhattan because Jon Stewart was originally an architect.
Yes, that's why he is the.
Is that
architect
what that
of
meant?
The
Yeah.
Idiot right now.
of the watch.
Bro, do you not read comics?
Yeah.
Did you even comics, bro?
You even
I can't be associated with the show anymore.
Are you serious right now? That's
Actually, you know what? I think I might have it. Give me a sec.
What's he?
Oh, whoa!
What does he have? What does he have? I
am LightCast now. I am LightCast.
I know. Look at
Crap! I didn't put mine on.
Ooh.
It's always great when Ryan does that. It's this man.
He has my sons. I'm like, dang it!
The invisible man.
Yeah, Jeff Johns wanted to keep the Landers for himself. Probably.
Yeah.
Multiverse equals Granny's peach tea. I think it's Omari Hardwick since he is in Army of the Dead. I mean, that's a good.
It's a guess.
It's a good guess, but we just don't know.
I mean, because Zach does like to use a lot of people that he's worked with before, or that Nolan has worked with.
Jeff also tried to write and pitch a Cyborg solo and maybe force the backstory out of JL. I haven't heard about that.
Neither have I. I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, Nerdy Williams, you know, that's some new information if that's true. I thought that was a Fountainhead reference, but that's cool. That's what I thought, because he talked about that was a Fountainhead reference because the main character is an architect. I don't know if he said it, but I read that somewhere that was what that was supposed to be. But is Jon Stewart a architect?
I thought he was a military.
Oh yeah,
man.
he is. He's the one that developed the Watchtower. And Bruce funded it.
Really?
He was the architect.
That would make more sense.
I didn't know that part.
Than a Fountainhead reference. I mean, it's a lot cooler than a Fountainhead reference. I just say that. So Jason LeBoy said that. I'm gonna have to try and get Jason LeBoy on the show, and then we'll interrogate him about that.
Tell us what you know.
Tell us what you know. You know, come on. Why did you say that name? Army of the Dead looks more Suicide Squad than the Suicide Squad. Okay. I think it's going to be cool. I want to see Army of the Dead. I think it's going to be awesome on Netflix. The most info I know about Jon Stewart is from the JL cartoon. I'm a Hal Jordan fan. Well, guess what? So is this guy right there.
I love both. But yeah, I'll listen to Jon Stewart, or watch Jon Stewart rather. But yeah, I love Hal. Hal's awesome.
You mean to tell me you're not a fan of Kyle Rayner?
So much. Kyle's just still, he's a little OP. I like Hal. I like John. I'm not a big Guy Gardner fan.
Whoa, here we go. Hold on.
Ooh, nice.
Enough is enough.
Yeah, I have that one, and I had the series, but you know, just some of the older ones. This is a pretty good one.
Look at that. He's like,
Just see that.
That's what's happening right now. He's like, why?
To see this happen on screen.
Oh yes, yeah.
Actually, Prakash, you're right. That was a reference to Fountainhead, the name of the boat. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There we go.
He's like, what you looking at?
Mind War.
Oh, it went right through his head.
No.
John David Washington as Jon Stewart. That would be cool. I'd be totally down for that.
John David Washington is such a great actor.
He's kind of a small guy, though.
Yeah, but it's movie magic. You can, you know.
You can make anybody
seriously,
big.
Sylvester Stallone is like 4'2".
Yeah, but he's ripped out of his mind. But yeah. So, guys, I just want to say thank you to Josh from LightCast, or are you from DCU News?
I'm both. I'm
you
both.
gotta pick one. You gotta pick one.
Ooh.
Wow. What
That's
is
like
that? Wow, look at that.
That's super sick. I didn't even know they made a variant cover like that. Because I saw a lot of the variant covers, but I didn't see that one.
Robert Downey Jr. Jon Stewart. Get out of here with that, please.
It's like if it's his Tropic Thunder character, that may work.
Oh my god.
If it's his Tropic Thunder character, that'll work.
I'm a Green Lantern.
Say, what do you mean? What do you mean by you people? What do you mean by you people?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my construct against you.
Good Lord, man.
Well, Josh, thank you so much for being here. I know you have to go now as well. Definitely check out Josh on the LightCast podcast. He just recently did an interview with Joe Morton. So definitely check that out. It's on wherever you get your podcast from, Apple, iTunes, Spotify. That's where I listen to it. And also follow them on Vero, Twitter, YouTube, and on Instagram as well. Definitely check it out. It's a really cool interview.
Or is that Believe?
I think just Believe.
What's Believe? What was that?
So it's a podcasting network.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're part of Bleed's podcasting network. It's really super cool. They're awesome.
Cool, man. And then also, guys, if you haven't done so yet, check out the Foreigners' recent episode with the interview with Sam Benjamin. This was a lot of fun. We had a great time talking to him. He's Sam Benjamin. And we talked to him about his time spent on the set of Zack Snyder's Justice League and his career both as an actor and a director. So, guys, definitely check that out. Dude, I'm telling you, this was like one of the funnest interviews we've ever done. He's such a cool guy. He's such a down-to-earth dude. We had a blast talking to him. So definitely check that out on the Four Nerds channel on YouTube. So, guys, I just want to say thank you to everyone who came on the show. Ryan, Matt, Josh, and also Allie, who was here earlier. I mean, Suicide Squad, it looks like Guardians of the Galaxy to me, but we'll see how that turns out. But there is no denying the numbers. The numbers don't lie. They don't lie. And the fact that you're willing to, Warner Brothers, the fact that you're willing to ignore these numbers are just mind-blowing. It doesn't make any sense. How can you ignore that? I mean, those are big numbers.
Numbers don't lie.
Look at Matt.
Numbers do not.
Oh, he's got them. All right.
Oh, you got them. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. I'm not going to show you the other ones.
Copyright?
No, I have the black and white ones. I'm getting them framed right now. I forgot what they're called. They're just black and white. I forgot.
They're black and white. They're black and white.
Are all of your comics bag and boarded?
Yes, these are the ones that I'm currently reading. Actually, this is like
sweet mother of God.
This is like I'm currently reading this right here.
Wow.
Jeez.
This is what Matt does now that he's retired. He's just like, I'm gonna read
No. I will eventually drag him from the depths and get him back on the show at some point. So, Matt, you cannot escape me. Okay.
Oh, let me see. I think I have something cool.
Oh boy. He totally ignored what I just said, but he can't escape me. He can't.
I don't know if anybody got like one of that. I got picked this up not too long ago. The black and white version. The noir version.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's all in black and white. It's all noir.
I love that.
So it's pretty cool.
Wow, look at that. Let's blow it up real quick. Wow.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. What I don't know what else I got. I actually like to read, so
this dude just showing off his entire collection, just making me feel.
This is what you do when you're not a host anymore.
I know.
I know a lot of people asked what's around the studio, and
you should go live on the Instagram and just do like a room tour. People would love that.
I should.
Sure. Yeah. Here's my dog.
Here's my dog. Here's my piece of trash.
Yeah.
Here's the Snickers bar that I've been eating for the past week and a half.
The next time we'll see Matt, he'll have like a huge beard. You know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He'll be wearing plaid.
Yeah. And, he's like super skinny and like, yeah. He's like, what's going on?
Wait, guys, wait, hold on.
He's like,
I did read the FBI. Was it the FBI or CIA UFO files online? You can read it off their website.
Really?
Have you guys read it?
No,
I have not.
Fucking crazy! It's the craziest thing you've ever heard. It's nuts, dude. I'm not even gonna joke. It's fucking nuts. Somebody asked for a reveal. This is just like one drawer though, like one coffin.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. He's like, yeah.
How much fucking stuff do you have?
I know, there's a lot of stuff back there. Those are all comics?
Yeah, this is all Wolverine. Like that whole thing is Wolverine.
So anybody who says like Matt doesn't know anything about comics, well, I think you're wrong.
Yeah, well, he knows about collecting them, but not reading them.
He doesn't read them.
He's
a teacher. He does English.
Yeah, I don't. I got the. Here, I'll show
English.
you.
That's grammatically incorrect.
He does English.
He does English.
I do English.
Those books
I get
are
the
very cool.
Infinity one. I'm trying to look and see what else I have.
That's bad English right there. Those books looks very cool. If he got that on one of his papers, he'd be like, wrong.
Fuck yeah, I love it. I got alcohol. I got plenty of alcohol in this room. If anybody wants to come and chug.
Don't do that because I will take you up on that offer. We've already talked about.
Open, yeah.
We've already talked about this. So
Come get drunk. We can read and
We can read.
We'll watch
here.
Justice League.
What do you
Yeah.
want to do when you're
Zack
drunk?
Snyder's.
Oh, man, let's get together and read.
Yeah, you know what? I think I could do like. Well, I don't want to do it. I think you're gonna end the show. I was gonna like I'll do it on my phone and do like a walk around.
If you want to do that right now, I mean,
No,
we
bro,
got a
I'm
few more
good,
minutes.
man. I'm pretty sure these people are like, what the fuck? Fuck
What
this
is
guy.
happening? You guys
As
can
much
go
as
over
I'd
to
love to, I have to take off too. So we can definitely.
Oh, you're being serious?
I am.
No, I
have things to do
thought you were playing along. I was like, all right,
No.
Ryan, it's good. It's good to know.
So yeah, this weekend is pretty jam packed for me. So
Why?
got a lot of things going on.
I blew it.
Oh,
I blew it. You said, yeah, it didn't go right.
That
All
was
right, you
such a genuine why. Bro, why? That was funny.
Jam packed. All right, guys. So I want to thank everyone who came here in the chat. I want to thank Matt, Ryan, and Josh, and also Allie, who was here earlier, for coming on the show. I'll be live again Monday for the Nickatina Show at 3 p.m. Pacific time with a new guest. And I don't have that guest yet, but I will have it this weekend. It'll be somebody. If not, it'll just be the three of us talking about movie news and, of course, all of our favorite stuff like Zack Snyder's Justice League and all that. Dude, this movie is so badass, dude. I can't stop looking at these pictures. So good. Look at that.
Why watch the picture? Go watch the movie.
Watch the movie. I've seen it 5 times now. I'm gonna watch Justice is Great tonight.
Yeah, I started that last night. So
Oh, the Justice is Gray.
Yeah, I had to. I Zactivated my mom last night. I showed her Justice League for the first time, and
really?
she loved it. She's not even like a massive like comic book fan, but she was like tearing up and she was like invested. We watched. I started it at like 10 because that's when I got off work. And we watched it all the way through. She was up the entire time. She was like engaged, and she really loved it. So she was like, "This is 1,000 times better than the other one that came out." I'm like, "Yeah, Mom, it is."
You're like, you saw that?
Yeah, I'm like, my mom has officially been Zactivated. Let's go.
That's awesome, dude. And then so that's gonna do it, guys. Remember, check out the interview on LightCast Podcast with Joe Morton. Josh did that interview himself. Matt was there. Well, that's kind of how he was during the interview.
Yeah, Matt was there in the back, silently judging the many times I used the word like. So,
and Geeks,
speaking of the word like,
you missed it, but you can watch the replay, which should be up any minute now. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. Everyone in the chat, thank you for being here. I'll see you back here on Monday for the Nickatina Show at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And of course, 4 Nerds next week. I won't be there, unfortunately, because I have to be at work. I might be able to get out of it. But we're gonna have 2 really cool guests. We're gonna have Ray Porter, the voice of Darkseid, will be on the 4 Nerd Show, and we're also gonna have Allison Crow, who is a singer-songwriter, and she sang the rendition of Hallelujah.
No, Hallelujah. That's right.
Hallelujah.
Oh, wow.
At the end
no
of Zack Snyder's
relation
Justice League.
to Russell Crowe.
No relation to Russell Crowe. No relation to Russell Crowe. But definitely check that out. And until then, you guys, I will see you guys Monday for the Nickatina Show.
Naked pictures, Snow White. Let's do it.